name is Nicole Bruno, and this is task number 18, Bacterial Culture and Sensitivity. Here is my OCCI certification. So I have all my supplies here. I have my antibacterial disc, I have my agar plate, I have my sample, which is in here, I have a sterile culture swab, and I have hemostats. So here is my disc here. So you want to make sure everything's sterile. So this is a sample that was taken from a growth on a dog, sterilely. So first what I'm going to do is I'm going to take out my sterile cotton swab. And I'm going to place it into the sample, like so. Now, I am going to rub it along my agar here. Okay? So once I have my sample rubbed onto my agar plate, I am going to let it incubate for 24 hours, and then we will take it out and see what it looks like. So my sample has been incubating for 24 hours. I definitely do see a change. There is some discoloration now in my sample. So what I am going to do is just show some examples of different plates. So as you can see, this is how we started out, and you can see that it's very different after 24-hour incubation. Here's another example. It's bubbly. This isn't in color, but this actually is a red blood agar plate, and the bubbles are actually brown. So that turned after 24 hours. Here's another example. You can see the progression of growth based on the white dots. So I'm going to report my findings. I just have a new page from the patient's chart. So I'm going to write after 24 hours, there is growth. I'm going to write the change to this brownish, reddish color. Brown, red color. Okay. Just going to place this over here. Okay, so next what I'm going to do is add my antibacterial disc to the areas with growth. So first I'm going to use my sterile hemostats. I have my antibacterial discs here. So I have penicillin, chloramphenicol, amoxicillin, and cephalexin as my samples. So I'm just going to open this up. And again, you don't want to contaminate the sample. And keep it as clean as possible. Okay. Okay, so first my penicillin. Okay, so I'm going to place my penicillin in the area of growth there. Okay. Next, my chloramphenicol. I'm just going to move this to get it closer up here. So I place my penicillin right there. Next, my chloramphenicol. And my chloramphenicol right there. Okay. My amoxicillin. Over there. And lastly, my cephalexin. Okay. So now I have all my antibacterial discs on my growth area. I'm just going to show here. Ooh. Okay. So now we are going to let this sit for another 24 hours and then we will see our results. So my sample has been sitting for 24 hours after adding my antibacterial discs. I do not see much of a difference in my sample. I see maybe a slight change here with the bacteria, but besides that, and that is the cephalexin. So I'm just going to record my samples. So I don't see any resistance psilocybin, penicillin, chloramphenicol, amoxi, and cephalexin. So I see that this sample is somewhat resistant to cephalexin, and I can see that because it appears that the antibacterial disc is starting to engulf the bacteria and starting to kill it. But again, it's very small. This specific bacteria may actually benefit from a different antibiotic that I did not put on this sample here. So I just wrote after 24 hours after disc. So this is how you would perform a bacterial culture and sensitivity test.